Well, he served only one term in the White House, but did so much after leaving the presidency that his legacy is much more than that.
Former President Jimmy Carter being remembered tonight. WGN's Brona Tumblety is joining us now with the very latest. Brona.
Good evening, guys. President Jimmy Carter was many things to many people. He was a beloved husband of 77 years, a father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather of 14. But it was his profound dedication to serving others that will ensure his legacy lasts much longer than a lifetime.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully execute.
that I will faithfully execute
The office of President of the United States.
the office of President of the United States.
He was the peanut farmer who became a president. Condolences continuing to pour in today following the death of 100-year-old President Jimmy Carter. He was the 39th Commander-in-Chief, serving only one turbulent term before his defeat to Ronald Reagan amidst soaring inflation and the Iran hostage crisis.
I have been blessed by graduating from the White House at an early age enough so that I could use the prestige and the fame and knowledge and experience from being president of the greatest nation in the world.
In the years after the White House, Carter and his beloved wife Rosalind founded the Carter Center in their home state of Georgia. The pair known globally as fierce advocates for democracy and human rights. The center also sharing an almost 30-year partnership with the Lions Club.
Shortly after Jimmy Carter left his military service, he became involved with his local Lions Club.
We chatted today with Patty Hill, who told us of fond memories working with President Carter.
President Carter was a humble, kind, compassionate man, as well as a visionary. When you were working with him or meeting with him, you felt completely at ease.
The two groups worked in tandem for decades, helping to eradicate avoidable blindness around the world.
Because of the shared vision, we know that more than 600 million people have had blindness prevented or their vision restored.
Hill adding the legacy left behind by Jimmy Carter is one for the ages.
His ability to create partnerships and inspire others has created this legacy of goodness around the world. And as Lions, we are beholden to uphold that legacy and carry it forward.
President Carter's funeral plans have now been laid out and are set to begin on January 4th, and they'll run for 5 days. The schedule includes a pause at the family farm in Atlanta, another at the Georgia State Capitol, a service at the Carter Presidential Center, public viewings in both Atlanta and DC, along with a national funeral service at the Washington National Library. Lourdes, Ray?